Here's the thing. GoHighLevel is amazing for the automations and the marketing and the funnels, but the website builder sucks. And coming from Webflow, which is probably the best website builder, and being used to using Figma, it's lacking a lot of features and cool things that you can do to make your websites look better. But I have found a few tricks that I've used in order to make my websites better than what the website builder allows you by itself. I am inspired by this video that I watched from Juan, GoHighLevel, but I thought of a couple other things that I could add in order to, help you even more with your site. So let's get to it. First, I'm going to show you a quick tour of the site, and then I'm going to show you how I did certain specific things. So starting from this button at the very top, as you can tell, the background is a gradient instead of a static color, and it also has a very soft, nice shadow. Then when you come down here, you have a gradient behind the video just to give it a little touch. The video also has a little background. Again, same story with the button. This image right here has a corner radius or in the corners to make it look a little bit nicer. Then these testimonials are kind of different. So you have the soft shadow in the back and the corner radius. And then here you have the button again. Oh, it also has this hover animation right here. Then down here, we have this table with this design that I liked. And then finally, we have this how it works section with these arrows. And yeah, so that would be the little different details that I've used. And now let me show you how to actually do it. So here, when we go to the website builder, something that I started using was using classes. So what I mean by this, so when you select an object, any object for that matter, when you go to advanced, you can create a custom class here, or you have the CSS selector right here. And then when you come to custom CMS, this is where you can add the custom CMS to affect either a specific object or any object that has a specific class. If you don't know CSS, don't worry. I actually have no idea how to code CSS myself, so I use ChatGPT whenever I need something like that. So let me give you a little bit of an example. For this button, like I said before, I wanted the background to go from that color to that color right there. So I came to ChatGPT and I said, today you're going to be my CSS developer. It said, of course. So I said, start creating the CSS code for a class called main button to set the background as linear gradient between these two colors, this and that. The gradient should go from left to right. And what does it do? It just gives me the code right here, and it even gives me the hover state if I want it. So then you copy the code, you come to custom CSS, and you paste it. That's it. And then I ended up changing it after that, and I set the name of the class to background gradient, just like that. And that class should be right here, background gradient. So it created that right there. And now let's add another button, and I'll show you what that looks like. Button. So we have a button right here. And now this button is green. So quickly now, if I wanted to make it look like the other one, I just go here and I type in background gradient. And if I typed it right, it should work immediately. There you go. And if you know anything about CSS, you can do this for shadows, for typography, for colors, for pretty much anything. So let me show you the other examples. In this case, when you look at the other buttons, they also have a nice shadow, and you get that by I created a class called should be right here. I created a class called shadow, and I took this shadow right here, and now whenever I apply that to any object, it will add the nice shadow. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that for some reason, sometimes it won't affect the object. So, for example, with the testimonials, I created a class that was called border radius or corner radius that would corner the corners just like here. But for some reason, that wouldn't work because, I don't know, GoHighLevel. So what you can do in that case is you just take the object, you copy the CSS selector, and then when you come to the custom CMS, you create the CSS properties using ChatGPT, and then you can just copy and paste more CSS selectors. I wish it would work with the classes, but sometimes it just doesn't. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that, for example, if I ask it to do a hover state and then it does it, I can actually give it feedback and it will fix it. So in this case, I said change the hover state to just move up 5 pixels instead of that, because it gave me that hover state. And then it just fixes it right there. And you can keep giving it feedback and then just copy and paste that code. You can also ask it to make differences depending on the screen size. So for example, here, when I created the 32 pixel radius, so this right here, I asked it to please make it 16 if we're talking about a phone. So it just does it right there. I actually could not code that if I wanted to do it myself, and that's why I do ChatGPT. You can also set the position to absolute. If you know what that means, is that means that it's not in the canvas, but it moves independently within the parent. So that's good when you want to put stuff in like specific locations. And yeah, that would be my main tip. So you can create classes for certain things that you want to happen to multiple stuff, like a specific background color, a specific typography, a specific size, a specific shadow, and then you just add that class to whatever it is that you want to apply that to. Now, one last tip that I would like to give you is that if there's something that you just cannot do within GoHighLevel, what I do is, even though it's not the best solution, is I export it from Figma. Let me give you a little bit of an example. So in high level, you unfortunately cannot put a div within a div, which is what I wanted for this image right here, because I wanted a div with the nice color as a background, and then I wanted a div inside of that that was just white, so that I can put this stuff right here. But unfortunately, GoHighLevel would not let me do that. So what I did instead is I went to my Figma file right here. And in this case, this is the div that I was not able to copy. So I just took it and I exported it as an image, and then I uploaded it as an image right here. That tip, of course, will only work if you know how to use Figma. But if you do, I just wanted to give you that one last tip in case that classes will not allow you to do here what you want to do. Um, so so yeah, that will be day 2 of scaling my web design agency, and I figured I would show you this thing that I had to learn last week in order to build my new landing page using high level. If you like that, or if you would like to learn other things that I learned along the way, feel free to follow, and then I'll keep you posted. Talk to you soon.